Now, pressure is mounting on the Electoral Commission to decentralize the ongoing voter registration exercise. Stakeholders, including political parties and civil society organizations, cite the cost incurred by prospective applicants in traveling to district offices of the Electoral Commission, as well as other disincentives, as the basis for this call. The following report has more.
The Electoral Commission's ongoing 21-day limited voter registration exercise kicked off to a rough start as it faced network challenges, delaying the registration process. For some members of parliament and civil society organizations, this barrier undermines efforts by applicants as some travel miles to the district offices to go through the process. Many stakeholders suggest that these challenges contribute to political parties busing applicants to registration centers. Speaking on the limited voter registration exercise on Citi TV's current affairs program, The Big Issue, research fellow with CDD Dr. John Osai Kwapon emphasized that decentralizing the registration of voters can be adopted by the Electoral Commission.
Given the fact that voting is a very fundamental right, that whatever administrative processes that you set up, you want to make sure that it doesn't place too much of an undue burden on the voter in terms of what he or she is trying to do in order to be able to exercise that fundamental right come December, which is why I would have, preferred that it's already been mentioned that the registration centers could be a little more decentralized, so that people don't have to travel, like long distances, to be able to register to participate in the election.
Member of Parliament for Odododio Edwin Neal and T. Vandapo expressed concerns that the Electoral Commission has not engendered trust ahead of the 2024 general elections, stating that the electoral management body has underperformed.
Every Ghanaian, almost all of us in this country, will not mark this CEC even 30%.
Really?
On their delivery.
But they're not flouting
the law, using the airline, using almost all the regulations and the laws that guard their activities. Let me take for example, this registration exercise, which is our focus. Right from day one, the EC tried to entrench the issue of the usage of national ID cards alone, against the vehemence of the minority in parliament. They couldn't go through because they couldn't then get their CI through. But for that is what they wanted to do. Against the rationalization from almost all Ghanaians that is not possible and that cannot work.
Meanwhile, Dr. Srebo Kwaku, the Director of Electoral Services with the Electoral Commission, has been encouraging stakeholders in the electoral process to trust the electoral body, adding that it is doing more to serve hard-to-reach areas in the registration process.
First, we should understand that this is limited voters registration. In all mass registration like we did in 95, 2004, 2012, and 2020, they were done at the various polling stations. Any other registration that has ever been done in Ghana is done at the polling stations. If you look in 2023, we did not do difficult to access areas because we knew that one was for the area where the stakes were not high. With this one, we know it is general elections. So we, in addition to the 268 district offices, we identified 785 difficult to access areas. And so the registration is not being done at the only central point.
Franklin Kujo, president of Imani Africa, has called on the Electoral Commission to be more pragmatic in its operations, ensuring cost efficiency.
This commission has not actually endeared itself to building stakeholder confidence around very, very mundane issues. For instance, registration, right? Issues around the type of card, the card we should use. The guarantor system. Look at all these hula baloo about, making sure they want to get a particular CI to enforce a system of using an ID system, even though the IDs were not essentially ready for everybody. So I think that in terms of being pragmatic, the word I was looking for, pragmatic, it's actually missing. I'm tired of actually putting a spotlight on this issue. But just to say that they should be a little bit pragmatic. You know, it is not rocket science to organize elections in this country.
For the Member of Parliament for Ablekuma Central, Ebenezer Nate, he wants the Electoral Commission to be allowed to independently function.
The fact is that when we allow institutions to work, we don't interfere in the work of the institutions. I mean, they operate and operate with.
Stakeholders are calling on the Electoral Commission to promptly address issues arising from the ongoing limited voter registration exercise. They are additionally calling for deeper decentralization due to cost and other disincentive to potential applicants. For Citi News, my name is Daniel Sakiti.